Hello, hello! I'm the official name reader. My job is to look through the first page of Google, review the nicknames provided by the internet, and then give my recommendations at the end. Today we're looking at Clauncher and Clawitzer. For those of you who didn't know, it's actually based off howitzer tanks. At least the name is. Now, because I remember this from the other day, and we see it sometimes on occasion, this is a actual human coming up with nicknames. Out of them, roulette I actually have written down. The reason for that is Russian roulette, association with guns, so that's the idea. But I mean, also just casino roulette, that's an idea. Tsunami is your generic water type nickname that we've seen dozens of times before, and that's pretty much the only thing on this list that are any good. 2 suggestions out of 22. That is less than a 5% success rate. I think that's less than 10%. That is about 10%. I'm bad at math. Alright, we'll leave this one up to the audience and you guys can decide whether or not it's good. I do recall this being submitted in the past, and just quick Google search. I'm pretty sure it was probably for Rodom. I don't remember. I've never actually seen the game or anything. I know it's developed by the original Pokemon guys or whatever. But I don't know if he's known for shooting or anything like that, so that's kind of where I'm not sure if this nickname's any good for Clauncher or at all or not. Also, I'm only going to acknowledge Masturbate just for the joke behind it, and that's it. I don't know, this one, I wouldn't say is good, but I will give him points for trying. I literally just typed in Striker trying to get to Mortal Kombat, and then autofill put in this. I don't know what those words mean, so let's get rid of that and go to Striker. Fuck. There, we finally found it. Striker, Striker, cool. This was what I was trying to do. Now, do I think it's a particularly good nickname? No, and based off just Google searching Striker, it's not gonna land very well, but at least they're both known for shooty things. I don't know. Part of me is like, let it slide, another part's like, no, it's still bad even if you switch the I to a Y. Or at least it's fucking overdone to hell. Okay, I want to talk about Space Jam for a second. It's an interesting thought process to be like, I named it my Clawitzer after because of the film. But what I really, really want someone to do, take Space Jam, but let's put it on something else. Let's give it to Deoxys. Let's give it to BEM. That's funny. I would so recommend Space Jam as a nickname for one of them instead. That is so much funnier. Space Jam the Deoxys. Space Jam the Clefable. Space Jam the BEM. That's good. Today on, I didn't feel like trying to come up with anything interesting in the slightest theater. We have the usual disappointment known as the Tumblr. Number 1, Canon. I mean, I get it. We basically just talked about Striker, but with a Y, so I suppose it's only fair to talk about Canon with a K. But I kind of said even though he's a Mortal Kombat character, it's still probably not the best choice of nickname, so it's going to apply the same logic. If I have a bias towards something and I still say it's bad, I'm going to take your similar idea that's just as bad but has no bias, and that's going to put it still on a level of being bad. Gun Raider Bandit Shrimp. I can see you spent so much time thinking about this. You have such creative ideas. Please don't hurt your brain racking it too hard, if you have one at all. Shellster. I really need help. I don't know who needs help more, me or this guy. Like, I feel like I need therapy, but I feel like rather than needing therapy, I just need a gun. Okay, I gotta be honest. That surprised me. I clicked on this thing and I was like, here goes the typical AI-generated bullshit. But, shrimp cocktails. That's a thing. That's a food. I don't think we've seen cocktails at all for any nickname, any Pokemon nickname in the past, period. So we gotta give points to this AI abomination that claims it's Tom Derbyshire, even though I'm sure that's probably just some fucking pseudonym, you know, Rusty Shackleford. At least it's got points for cocktail. That is 1 out of 99. Okay, there's actually some things on here worth talking about. Number 1, Claudia is worth talking about in the sense that you should never use it ever, and if you have used it, delete it. I don't care if it's a shiny, perfect IV one. Release it. Because you made a mistake. It deserves better than you. Don't use that. Firearm is clever, but maybe not for this. That would probably be better on, like, Mag Mortar if I had to pick something. Water Hazard we've seen in the past as far as the Tumbler Idiot, and like it's alright, I don't have a problem with it. Top Gun we've seen in the past as well, that one's gonna fit this good, you know, not really too much extra to say about it. And that's everything. I'm only going to acknowledge these two just to get the stupid jokes out of the way. I don't want to see them in my comments, even though I know I will anyway. I don't care for Zoidberg as a nickname, and I don't care for Clamps as a nickname. I know they show up every now and again. I get it. Ha ha ha. Futurama, funny show. But it's not a good nickname, in my opinion. Well, alright, hold on. I'm mad for two different reasons. First of all, I don't know why this keeps happening. Like, what happened in Gen 6 that made him create duplicate articles and redo them? Because, first of all, these ones are objectively better than the ones that he has linked. So, like, we just talked about Firearm, and it's like, that's not a bad thing. It's just not fitting for him. Bursto Shadow. I really had to read that. I thought I would. Sometimes I'll look at English, or I'll hear English, and I actually don't believe I'm listening to English or reading English. So that, I'm gonna say, is a hard no. It's a good thing you didn't choose to do it. Gunner is boring, but Top Gun's good. Why didn't he go with that? Like, we've seen that in the past. That's good. Bombshell. That's not bad, but, I mean, I don't know if it's the most fitting. Honestly, that'd probably be better fitting on, like, Fortress. Big guns. You know, nice little joke there, too. Maybe better for something like, I don't know, my mind goes to just thinking about muscles and stuff, so like Machamp, but it doesn't have to be. Like, Big Guns usually isn't referring to muscle, but Gun Show or something like that. Shooter Artillery, no. Gun Raider, oh wow, he brought that one back of all of them. Blaster, Blast and Lobster, wouldn't it be Blobster then? Oh, that's right, it's a bad idea? Well, it's a good thing you didn't continue to use it. Gun Shock, that's not a thing, that's stupid. Water Hazard, see, that makes sense, you know. Marshall, oh, you get it because it's a fucking shell and it's a person's name. Except for he put feminine, even though Marshall's a dude's name, you stupid fuck. Hotshot, totally fine. That's what I use on my Magmar, based off of the line from Gold and Silver when you exit the Ice Cavern. Again, we're noticing the pattern here with, like, names that aren't bad, but don't fucking fit Clawitzer at all, in the slightest. So it's bad in that regard. Steam Shot, that's not a good name. If you're going to give that to anything, it'd be Volcanion. And even then, you won't want to give that to Volcanion, because that's, like, almost a name. Like, that's what could have been the name for Steam Eruption. But they chose that over Steam Shot, because they thought it sounded better, I guess. And then the thing that pisses me off the most, Cannon, it's a combination of cannon and crab. Crab spelled with a K. Who the fuck? You know, cannon and crab both start with C. So I can't say it's a combination of them. Unless I lie and say that it's spelled with a K. It's not even a combination. You just... There's nothing in common with it. There is no way you can say it's a combination. It has to be illegal to be this fucking stupid. Okay, we've reached the bottom. I'm not gonna lie, when I first went over the Tumblr Eats thing, I was like, it's kind of tame. There's not really much to go over. And then, Lord, oh my gosh. That second fucking article, that was his original, I assume. That took stupid to, like, astronomical. Like, this guy deserves a world record for how fucking retarded he is. It blows my mind. Anyway, the spreadsheet has Fish Scissor reason backstory. True. How about reason backstory? You're a fucking idiot as well. Okay, so I didn't write anything down, but we did see some decent ones. We'll go ahead and say Roulette was good. That was one I already had written down. Top Gun was good. You know, that makes sense. You get it. And then I don't remember, like, anything else that was of significance. We'll just say Water Hazard, I guess. But another one I had written down was Smith & Wesson. Because guns. But other than that, I don't have a personal choice. We don't have any comment suggestions. So this one, I'm going to say, should be kind of easy. You could easily compare this to Blastoise because they both kind of have a similar thematic. A water-type Pokemon that's focused on guns and shooting and stuff like that. And water types are pretty much the only ones you're ever going to get with that thematic. Like we saw a lot of names that would be better for other Pokemon. I honestly think we found more nicknames that work for other Pokemon than we found nicknames that work for Clauncher, Clawitzer. Like Space Jam, Firearm, Hot Shot. Like it's actually insane thinking about it. This episode wasn't even about fucking Clawitzer. It was about what nicknames are better for other Pokemon. So if you guys want to fix this and focus on the fucking subject at hand, because if you give me nicknames for like Tyrunt or fucking Trico, I will delete your comment. Sorry, not sorry, but if you're not focusing on the subject at hand, you're not contributing anything of worth. I will delete your comment. So let's talk about Clawitzer and give nicknames to Clawitzer. Put down in the comments below nicknames and suggestions and things you have used or would recommend for Clawitzer. You get it? Clawitzer. And don't be that smartass and say Clauncher. That counts too. If this video didn't help, maybe consider checking out Blastoise. It might help. It was one of my first videos when I didn't have a set formula in mind, so I don't know. The Blastoise episode might have aged kind of poorly compared to something like this. But if you feel like taking a look at it, it might help a little bit. Otherwise, I'm just going to end with Clawitzer is a cool Pokemon that I would like to try out on a team sometime. I originally wanted to try it out on my X and Y playthrough originally, but instead I went with Lapras, because I just got Lapras first. And I think it was because like I wanted to get Clawitzer, but it was too difficult or something like that. I don't remember. But I still want to try it out one time, because I think it's a pretty cool Pokemon.